so great to be standing here in front of Bank of America, telling them just exactly how we're to live and not. Okay. I guess that first of all, I want to greet you with the deepest love and respect that I can offer to you. It is truly a humbling honor to be here to speak about our family situation, but in doing so, I know that I speak about the situations in solidarity with folks who are in situations far, far worse than ours is. And ours is pretty bad.
Millions of homeless people across America that America.
So what I'd like to do then is just very briefly tell you how it is that our family ended up with an underwater mortgage. And then I'll tell you our present situation, which will be about one sentence. We're close to foreclosure again. And then I would mostly like to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes of the time that I have telling you about the impact that it's had on our family. "25 years ago, my father-in-law gave his daughter, my wife, and me their family home. It was already in great disrepair. It's an old Victorian, I think 1888 or something like that. And we took out a mortgage from what was then Bay Banks. Does anybody remember Bay Bank?
Yeah.
That mortgage was for $75,000 to do the repairs that were needed to be able to move into the house. But unfortunately, of course, that wasn't enough money to do the house. And we also then came on to some hard times with illness and also taking care of Bob, my father-in-law, in our house for 5 years. We began to go into foreclosure pretty quickly. And what I learned the first time was that when you go into foreclosure, they're really nice to you about trying to tell you how they can help. But what we didn't realize at that time, although we learned real quickly, that help from the banks means that they will put what you owe towards the back of your principal.
Absolutely.
So that was the first thing that happened. And our mortgage was which at that time was $1,100, went up to $14 or $15. A couple of years later, and I'm not going to get it, you all know what goes down when you get into hard times. We were back into foreclosure again. And the same thing happened. They put the rest of the principal back, or they put the rest of what we owed back to the principal. And now our mortgage was $1,800.
Oh yeah, here it goes. Go swimming. You're gonna take it off. Take it off.
Before you know it, it was getting really tough. Not only were we not being able to make our mortgage, but we also had situations, because we were such nice women, that we would get in these situations where our tenants also couldn't afford their rent, you know? Yeah. And so we were getting deeper and deeper.
Wow.
Deeper. 2 years ago, we finally got ourselves over to a community development corporation that helped us to do, with all of the new refinancing that was being offered for folks to help to really rewrite the loan as it stood. Finally, we got to reduce our mortgage rate, because it had been 25 years, was at 8%, and of course they never reduced that. But this time we were able to get the mortgage rate reduced to 6%. But by that time, our mortgage was $2,500 a month. And we could not afford that.
It's getting hot out here. The water.
To make a long story short, and it was a long story, we are now one payment behind again. And we don't have the money to even make that January mortgage, so we'll go into February without being able to make it. We have decided this time to not just crawl into our corners in our home together and hold each other as a family and and live through it and try to figure out what miracle's going to happen.
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
There are no more miracles and there's no more magic money.
All right. Solidarity.
We live over in Roxbury, outside of Dudley Square. So you can imagine that we're not the only family in that situation over there. We've been there for 25 years, and we've watched homes go into foreclosure, be abandoned. I mean, it's just unbelievable what we've watched. So we're going to go into foreclosure again, and guess where we're going? City Life Vida Urbana.
Reduction. All right.
Now we might get some of the help that we really need. I was down at Dewey Square, lived down there for until we were raided, and boy did I learn a lot. I thought I was really well versed and aware, and all the kinds of things you like to think about yourself as a progressive in this movement.
Yeah.
But man, I didn't know nothing about people who didn't have houses. I didn't know nothing except that they didn't have houses. And I learned so much. And I watched our community down there in Dewey Square struggle so hard to figure out what do we do with the fact that so many people who are houseless have come to us and we don't know how to deal with it. And I learned. So now I'm here. I am not going to take this as an individual who feels depressed, ashamed, or scared.